Actually, I don't cuss cause I'm a Christian. Jesus died on the cross for my sins and I'm forgiven. These verses take you to church and help you with mental illness. That's why I don't call it music, I call this here a religion. That's why I'm quitting rap, the religion's being abused. Rap used to tell a story and now it's off for the views. I look around at the world, turn on the TV and news, and it feels like I'm on the Truman Show.
So the original video is 8 minutes 37 seconds long. That's no longer because I have this in the beginning and I have something in the middle. However, I'll do a commentary when we get to the middle point. You see he has the band which starts with TCR when I get there. Who is DAX? He was discovered by me through Tom McDonald. He appeared on at least 2 Tom McDonald videos. One is black and white and the other is chrome. Well, that's interesting because the sun does represent, through Roy G. Biv, both black and white and chrome. Black and white is not there in Roy G. Biv, and chrome reflects all light. Dax was known as Rap God and then evolved his name to the Eternity. He tells his story of self-discovery and hard work and breakthrough, and the requirement for him to do that, to break free from his otherwise path of being a basketball star and going to university, was that he broke through the illusion. He was promised certain things within a university and basketball career which turned out simply not to be true, and this was the breakthrough. Well, as Lyra constellation, we quite often recognize the trickery of Force. Force is AK-47 Forsters, who is the secret police, and they are against us, and they are free to break the law using lies and trickery. If you are ever tricked or fooled, don't be concerned. This is your opportunity to now break free, break out. You don't have to feel guilty that you were a little bit dumb and fell for it. We don't do that. Lyra doesn't do that. We speak the most clear. We don't cast spells over you with strange spelling of English language, like putting a lie in believe. That's not us. That's the people who invented the English language. And further to that, even the 0 to 9 and the A to Z are strange. Why would they not make all the numbers readable upside down? Why would they make a 6 and a 9 where it screws up your ability to read a serial number upside down? Why would they make a 1 confusing in the Arial font with a vertical separator, the letter I, or a small case L? They wouldn't do that unless it was intentional. They're not merely incompetent when they design the 0 to 9. Look at who Pythagoras is. He was a genius. He created 432 hertz as the tuning for the middle A, and showing us that it's a 9, which is the completion. Today we think it's 10. We count in a decimal system of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we think 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We count in tens, tens, tens. In actual fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then that's completion. 9 is completion. 10 is a 1 plus 0, making a 1 again. 11 makes 2. 12 makes 3. We're actually supposed to be counting in 9s. And if you do, you find something really interesting. 9, 18, 37, no, sorry, 9, 18, 36. The 1 and 8 is 9. The 3 and 6 is 9. They all add to 9. Not true of 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay? The 10 adds to 1. The 15 adds to 6. The 20 adds to 2. Now you could say, well, some of them do make a series. Seven makes an interesting repeating series when you add them up, and you can test that. But the nines is where it's at, and the Jew knows that. In gematria, they leverage this fact. Today it's lost to us. It shouldn't be lost to us. I seem to be the only one making an issue with the fact that numbers are funny. A sloppy 5 becomes an S. It shouldn't. You could re-engineer these to be much more clear codes. Look at the alphabet and it's even worse, especially when you make two sets of alphabets. It's even more confusing than the 0 to 9. I won't even begin that conversation. Watch this DAX video. I do interrupt it in the middle.
What the Well, actually I don't cuss cause I'm a Christian. Jesus died on the cross for my sins and I'm forgiven. These verses take you to church and help you with mental illness. That's why I don't call it music, I call this here a religion. That's why I'm quitting rap, the religion's being abused. Rap used to tell a story and now it's all for the views. I look around at the world, turn on the TV and news, and it feels like I'm on the Truman Show. So what do? I go to the gym and carry the heaviest weight I can find.
So the time is 1837. 18 is the magic Jew number, and if you add the 1 and 8 you get 9. And 9:37 is the time that the fourth plane hits the Pentagon, and it's flight 77. So there's your 7. Can also be interpreted as 37. Because it's an American Sign Language 7 with the 3 towers standing. Flight AA 77 at 9:37, that's your 37, hits the Pentagon. The Pentagon having 5 sides. Well, worthy to put that in. TCR, Total Control Racing, or the control room. The Pentagon being the control room. So there is a reference to the Jim Carrey movie, The Man in the Moon. And I'll follow up on that further. Oh, and the other date in there, 9/10. That's my birthday, September 10th. It's the day preceding 9/11. And it stands for some national days on the calendar. I'll let you look those up because they're quite shocking when you find out. Do a little research and get the extra reward. However, since this video, not before this video, but since this video, September 10th is now known as the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is the man, the presidential hopeful, who we would say would have been the best president ever since the founding father, Benjamin Franklin. He seemed to espouse all of the values, and very interesting that he was young. Would he have been the youngest president? I'm not sure. I would have to do a quick AI search to double check his age and the ages of presidents. But for him to be assassinated on that date, and that to be my birth date. One more thing, Suicide Prevention or Suicide Awareness Day is also September 10th on the national USA calendar. Look it up and see what else it is. If you'd like to contact DAX and ask him why did he put that band in there, TCR, please do that, and let's have a 3-way communication.
And building up my strength, then sharpening my mind with books like the Bible. I could run for miles, but I tore a hole in my sneakers, trying to lead the blind, trying to lift the weight that's pulling down mankind, trying to spark a change in this darkness. Now I feel heartless. I gave you 10 years, you ignored me. That made me this monster who vomits the truth regardless of what the mainstream wants. I pop culture with each and every song.
You're right, I shouldn't have stolen from a two-dimensional creature. I'm going to put these gems back in the safe. But I would like to leave some evidence of my presence. The 2D creature is outside at the moment and is wearing a cap. If I were to pick it up and rotate it in the third dimension and then place it back, that might be enough of a clue that I've visited. No one in the second dimension could have done this because it required a movement in the third dimension, and no one in 2D will ever be able to rotate it back to normal. So the backwards cap might just be more valuable than any of the gems because it is evidence of a higher dimension.
We had a good run, gents, but is the West falling? It's a problem when each head of state is a weft golem. The church and police serve the elite, corporations hate the populace, and the fourth estate is a fifth column. Transmitting live from the front line, back in the trenches, man, the defenses, man, the battle is endless. Black magic bullet points in these diverse agendas to hide the ladder to heaven, but give hell a cavernous entrance. Fukuyama said history had ended. We came of age when it came back with a vengeance. Big Mother told us to pull down all of Chesterton's fences. Now she smiles benevolently while boots stamp on our faces. Chained in Plato's cave, watching shadows on Netflix. Media mediate reality through camera lenses. Narratives convince us to abandon our accurate instincts. Active measures hijacking compassionate sentiments. Luxury beliefs draped with tyrannical emblems. A raised fist waving a false flag at the victims. Permitted to rage against the machine once you stick a jab in your tendons. Attending school just to learn the habits of helplessness. We're all pilgrims searching for tracks in the wilderness. Scanning these channels for a scrap of repentance. But the alchemist algorithm is dangling distractions, attempting to grab your attention. So pay attention. Hear that phrase? Pay attention? It's often said, but rarely is it mentioned that it accurately implies through wordplay the actual value of attention in the word pay. Attention is directed vision and mind. Attention is a synonym for time, and time is a synonym for life. And there is no better sacrifice for the obsidian knife. Life sliced and offered piece by piece into the jaws of the fiend. The black mirror priest magically destroyed in the scene. Your deceived attention is nourishment for the demons who suck it all through the screen. And that's why they call it a feed. And these days it's a feeding frenzy, constantly mesmerized by ostensibly competing lenses, manufacturing contradictory views to confuse people until you confess you don't know what 2 + 2 equals. But you have lenses of your own in your skull and your deep soul, able to search a billion haystacks to find the eye of the needle. The one path, the faith, the proof and the light, by aiming your eyes at the way, the truth and the life. Let us pray for guidance through this maelstrom, to fend off the last campaign of Satan in this eschaton. While we observe this world through the glass darkly, may faith be our cornerstone and crossbeam, that singular glimmer in the darkness before dawn is seen. Oftentimes we're required to fight if we want peace. Godspeed. Thanks for listening to this transmission, beaming direct from the cataclysm. And for doing all the button clicking and comment scribbling that helps me wrangle with the algorithm. Salute to the patrons supporting with money, and the couple legends who bought me a coffee. Right now I'm saying peace out family, but with the same breath I'll shout out my top contributor of all time, Shane Neff.
Guns and fists are number one. In this game of drug dealing and violence, this is how this thing is done. It's fair and square. I'll meet you there. Victory, vote for. One side loses, you see. Close it, unification, and then you see me. I stand strong with you. So Surya 7-2. One more time through. Guns and fists are number one. 3 American Sign Language letters, and then this game is done. V for violence, not from you. Vote for victory, but then you elect you. Unified you. You stand strong. I stand strong with you too. Law of attraction works all day long. World Trade Center's history event enumerated too. Surya 7.life. That was some new stuff.